The story of Losaka Jatakamala, tale number 41. The Buddha told this story at Jetavana, relating to the misfortune of Ven Losaka. When Ven Losaka's mother was pregnant, disaster struck her village. The fishermen couldn't catch fish, the village burned 7 times, and the king punished them repeatedly. Convinced someone was bringing bad luck, the villagers identified Losaka's parents and expelled them. Unable to bear the hardship, his father left his pregnant wife, who then survived as a beggar. She gave birth to Losaka, who continued to bring misfortune. After raising him until he was 6, she left him to fend for himself. Losaka survived by begging at a crossroads until then Sariputta took him in as a novice. Despite his dedication to monastic life, Losaka's misfortune continued. He could never get enough food, as his bowl always appeared empty to others. Eventually, he reached enlightenment, but his food troubles persisted. One day, Ven Sariputta, realizing Losaka was close to passing away, tried to gather alms for him, but struggled due to Losaka's karma. After repeated attempts, he managed to bring a bowl of food directly to Losaka, and held it as Losaka ate his last meal, for if he set it down, the food would disappear. Content: Losaka attained nirvana the following morning. Later, when asked why Losaka had faced such hardship, the Buddha explained that in a past life, Losaka had not practiced generosity, leading to his karmic deprivation. Then, the Buddha told a story. Long ago, in the time of the Buddha Kassapa, a monk was living in a small temple in a rural village. This monk was well practiced in the monastic rules and thus received great respect and support from the villagers. One day, a wandering monk, who was fully enlightened, arrived in the village. A millionaire, eager to offer him hospitality, brought him to the temple to stay. The next morning, the millionaire brought food to offer both the abbot and the wandering monk. However, out of jealousy, the abbot did not allow the millionaire to meet the wandering monk and kept the food meant for him. Instead, he threw the food away. The wandering monk realized the abbot's jealousy and did not return. The abbot soon regretted his actions and, upon dying, was reborn in hell for several lifetimes. When his bad karma diminished, he was reborn in the human realm as a man named Mittavindika. Mittavindika, abandoned by his parents, survived as a beggar. On his journey to Varanasi, Mittavindika was taken in as a student by a renowned professor, who compassionately taught him skills for earning a living. However, Mittavindika frequently argued with others, and one day, unable to bear life at the institute, he escaped. He moved to a wealthy village, and was fortunate to marry a woman there. However, since his arrival, the village burned 7 times and was punished by the king 7 times. The villagers eventually expelled Mittavindika to rid themselves of his bad luck. While wandering, his wife and children were killed by a yaka, a supernatural being. Frustrated with life, Mittavindika decided to set out on the ocean. Due to his past life virtue as the abbot, he reached a crystal island, where he enjoyed the company of 4 beautiful deities for 7 days. He then traveled to a silver island and a golden island, where he was treated even better. Desiring more, he left the golden island and eventually reached an island of yakas disguised as goats. When he grabbed one, it kicked him, sending him flying. Fortunately, he landed in a suburb of Varanasi. Regretting the joy he left behind on the Golden Island, he wished he could return. Spotting a villager's goat, he tried to grab it, hoping it would take him back, but the villager caught him and decided to bring him before the king. On the way to the palace, Mittavindika's former professor saw him and paid the villager to release him. After telling the story, the Buddha revealed that Mittavindika was a past life of Ven Losaka, while the wise professor was a past incarnation of himself, the Buddha.